Few people would have imagined that Ellen DeGeneres, long viewed as one of Hollywood's most cheerful and generous personalities, could one day become linked to such controversial discussions. Over the last few years, online speculation connecting Ellen DeGeneres to the ongoing controversy surrounding Jeffrey Epstein has spread across social media at an incredible pace. Some users have even claimed that recently discussed Epstein records.
Jeffrey Epstein's victims have long said they believe they were being filmed by the offender. And this footage from a spy cam style camera inside Epstein's Palm Beach house appears to show just that.
I told him the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself.
The devil himself said, "I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life."
Do you think you're the devil himself?
Is there an added level of fear with regard to Epstein and some of the celebrity or well-known powerful people who are involved here?
Of course there is.
Absolutely. I'm probably more afraid of the people we don't know about.
Yeah.
According to these online claims, Ellen's name appears among a larger collection of Epstein-related materials that reference hundreds of well-known public figures. People who support these theories argue that the records highlight the close relationships that can exist between powerful individuals in entertainment, business, and politics. It is true that Ellen DeGeneres' name has been mentioned within broader Epstein-related files. Her name appears among a large list of public figures referenced throughout various investigative materials, including interviews, communications, travel records, and other peripheral documents. One topic that has received unusual attention from online communities is the repeated appearance of the word pizza in discussions connected to Ellen over the years. Internet researchers have revisited several moments from her public career, suggesting that certain references may have carried a deeper meaning. The example most frequently mentioned comes from the 2014 Academy Awards, when Ellen surprised viewers by proposing that pizza.
So if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? Mark? All right. Too large? What do you think? I'm going to order some pizza. That's what I'll do. Please welcome our next presenter, tonight's big winner of our Scratcher Lotto card, Bradley.
At the time, most viewers considered the moment nothing more than a humorous part of the show. Years later, however, conspiracy theorists began re-examining the incident and assigning greater significance to it. Those who promote the theory argue that pizza seems to appear unusually often in conversations involving celebrities. They claim that the term is frequently referenced in positive
pizza. I can eat pizza 7 days a week. I don't care where it is. I like thin pizza. New York and Boston, my favorites, but Philly makes great pizza as well.
Interest in the theory increased even further when people began reviewing emails associated with individuals connected to Epstein's circle. Supporters of the claims point out that the word pizza reportedly appears numerous times throughout publicly discussed correspondence. They also note that certain names and email details were redacted, leading some to question why such information was withheld if the discussions involved only ordinary social activities. Much of this controversy can be traced back to the Pizzagate theory that gained attention during the 2016 election period. While many people dismissed the theory entirely at the time,
Epstein is Pizzagate. Let that sink in for a minute. Jeffrey Epstein is Pizzagate. 10 years ago, Pizzagate was by far the #1 trending topic on Twitter. But the claim of elites who preyed on children was so insane that Pizzagate was shrugged off as a wild fever dream of a conspiracy theory.
Right. And that's kind of, again, I'm not one to ever discount something unless I've done the research myself and I can actually discount it, but I certainly wasn't chasing this down either. So I see this, and I trust Ben Swann. He's done a lot of really great work on a lot of topics, from Ukraine to Israel to many different topics Ben has been really on top of, and I think he does really credible, really excellent work. So I saw this and I thought, wow, okay, let me look a little bit more into this. So I watched Ben's episode, and in it are these old clips from when he was working on a mainstream news channel, a local news channel, I believe. And let me just show you. And now this original episode, you can watch that whole thing. It's about 8-9 minutes long. This second clip is also, this is just a clip from it, but I want to show you what was aired years ago. This was in 2017, and I watched this one in full, which the link is down below, and that one really convinced me that Pizzagate is real. Here's a sample of that.
Now, to begin, I need to show you a 2007 unclassified FBI document. That document, according to the FBI, contains commonly used symbols by pedophiles to express their preference in children. I want you to see these images here. These are the images. Notice this one on the end, the triangle. That image signifies something called boy love. The pizza place next door to Comet Ping Pong Pizza, Besta Pizza, well, this was their logo until only a few weeks ago. Clearly, you can see that the Besta logo actually contains the same image, I'm going to show you again, as that boy lover image. Besta Pizza changed their logo, and there it is now. They removed the triangle. Also, Comet Ping Pong, owned by Alphantis, is the place where a number of performance artists perform regularly. Two of the groups that perform there, who you can see advertised, by the way, on this Comet Ping Pong poster, include a group called Heavy Breathing and another group called...
At the time, many critics rejected the entire idea and labeled it a conspiracy theory. Nevertheless, believers maintain that ongoing investigations and the release of additional records have caused some people to take another look at those.
As you continue going through your files, another thing I want to get your thoughts on is the reference to pizza. We talked about it earlier. I'll give you another example here. Epstein sends a message to someone. She looks pregnant, reacting to a photo. And the client replies back to Epstein, "You mean radiating a soft glow with the look of bliss and excitement? Yeah, that's the pizza." I cannot be clearer than this, that this is a code word. It makes no sense in that context whatsoever. And this, on top of the example I gave you earlier, when his virologist gave him the medicine for having an erection, erectile dysfunction, I assume, or it could be even Viagra, and then told him to wash his hands, go have pizza and grape soda. That's been mentioned time and time again. Having adult men, successful men that are very health oriented, constantly talk about pizza with grape soda, which I've never heard before.
Yeah, I've never heard of pizza and grape soda before this. I don't know if that specific combination was part of the whole Pizzagate thing, but it's definitely mentioned a lot because I saw that phrase, so I looked it up and was like, is this actually like in there multiple times? And it most definitely is. And
just, what's weird is just having so many emails talking about things like this, like beef jerky here. Another email subject is beef jerky. A small insulated bag would be just fine. I wouldn't recommend checking it. No need for crazy amounts of ice. One should do. The titles is beef jerky. High redacted. There's one bag of beef jerky in the fridge at 71st. Please get it. And also redacted has more at her place. Please get it from her as well. And bring it all with you. I suppose it needs to be in a cold insulated bag, right? Now, I'm not a cook. Just silly question. Beef jerky, do you need to put it in a cold insulated bag?
The whole point of having beef jerky is you can never have to refrigerate it. Yeah.
Exactly my point. So you got beef jerky, he's telling him to put it in a cold insulated bag. And in the email prior saying no need for crazy amounts of ice. So you agree there's just too many indicators that this is more than just food.
It's worth looking into for sure. Yes, like there are some that it's, the one thing I try to be careful with is I don't want to say every reference to beef jerky is something awful, because there's some people whose names aren't redacted. Maybe it's just an innocent email about beef jerky, but there certainly seems to be more to it, and it's definitely something that's worth exploring more for sure, especially the refrigerated part. That makes no sense for anybody who has any understanding of how food works whatsoever. So that is weird.
Agree.
Attention eventually shifted toward the visual design of Ellen's daytime television show. Some observers claimed they noticed similarities between certain elements of the set and structures that had been photographed on Epstein's private island. They pointed to matching blue and white color themes, tropical landscaping, palm trees, and symmetrical design features. Several people...
Epstein stuff coming out now is... we'll see what happens with that. But...
Well, you gued were talking right before the podcast. Jamie said there was a big dump. What happened with the big dump? You said there was a big dump today and they f***ed up? That was your take. They f***ed up?
The f*** up was that people have found out that the redactions weren't really redacted.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a big mistake. Like, you can take copy and paste and put another document and see the redactions.
Oh, like a Photoshop deal? Yeah. Like you could get the layers away?
Yeah.
Oh, whoopsies. That's what happens. You get people working for the government that are dorks.
According to some online investigators, Searches involving the word pizza within Epstein-related records allegedly produced different results in the past before those results appeared to decrease, leading certain individuals to wonder whether information connected to the term had been removed. Discussion later shifted toward Stephen Twitch Boss, who served as the longtime DJ on Ellen's show. Rumors circulating online claimed that some individuals close to Boss believed he had learned information related to Ellen that left him deeply troubled. According to these rumors, he was considering major personal changes and wanted to move himself and his family away from Hollywood life. Those claims resurfaced following Boss's death in December 2022. Reports stated that he was discovered in a motel.
Because you're gonna have her weary and
all right.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. You don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right. Let's. I
mean,
do all that.
Okay.
All right.
No, it's okay. I don't want no problem.
No, it's okay.
Hey, so cheers.
What if I told you there was a correlation between 7M, Twitch's passing, and the end of Ellen DeGeneres? Well, strap up because I'm about to blow your minds. So everyone's talking about the new documentary on Netflix, Dancing for the Devil. Well, this documentary is way deeper than you think. Now, it all starts with this man, Robert Shin. Robert Shin is the owner of the talent management company, also known as 7M Films. He is also the owner of the Shekinah Church. Now, the Shekinah Church does not have a good reputation. They've had tons of lawsuits ranging from human trafficking to breaking labor laws and so on. But Mr. Shin here thought he could make some big money in the media industry, so he created 7M. And boy, has he made some money. Not only have they appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show multiple times, they also did a halftime show, worked with Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, you name it, they probably worked with them. Enters this couple. Now, this is James and Miranda Derrick, okay? The documentary was mostly about Miranda, but James plays a huge role. James runs 7M. So remember how I said they collabed with a lot of famous artists? Well, they also collabed with Twitch and his wife, Allison. Now, as we all know, Twitch's passing was kind of mysterious. But let's take a look at the date. It happened on December 13th, 2022. Now, one of the first collabs video he did with 7M was in January 28th of 2022. So a year later, he was gone. So interesting enough, to be associated with the Shekinah Church or its entities, you have to sign an agreement. So according to the testimonies of ex-members and the recordings of Robert Shin, the church encourages members to, end quote, die to themselves, end quote, and to their families. Now, what I'm wondering is, did Twitch sign that agreement? Now, again, let's look at the date. Twitch tragically passed away December 13th, 2022. Well, guess whose show was canceled 5 months later? Ellen DeGeneres on May 26, 2022. The fact that Twitch, his wife, Ellen, 7M were all so closely related and this all happened is just crazy to me. It also makes a lot of sense why Ellen's been hiding out and no one's heard a word from her until like her upcoming comedy tour all of a sudden.
The conversation has also expanded to include other people connected to Ellen's past, including former partner Nhaish, whose tragic death has likewise become the subject of extensive online speculation and discussion.